onto your camera if I were you.
I did my pants a little bit there, Jesus Christ.
Morning everybody, welcome back to the Brooks Automotive Restorations Workshop. You join us for the second episode of Project Porsche. Now, if you joined us last time, you'll know that we picked up this Porsche for just £5,000 and it wasn't exactly perfect. This is how the gearbox sounded. Oh no. Yeah, anyway, so what we're going to be doing today is replacing the gearbox first of all, but also doing things like the IMS bearing, we've got the air conditioning radiators to do, the brakes all round, essentially getting this car back to its former glory and ready for sale. Let's catch up with Big Neil first of all, shall we, and find out what's on the workload over the next couple of days. We're 2 minutes in and we're already on Google trying to work out how to get the rear spoiler off, so it's going really well. Right, old man, lots of work to do on this then, so what is the first port of call?
We'll get the bumper off and we'll get the gearbox out and we'll have a look at this. Got another clutch, another gearbox to go on obviously, and we'll get this IMS bearing changed as well. So
quite a difficult job to do on this, or?
No, not too bad, but somebody's been there before, so that could end up with disaster, but we'll see.
So gearbox, IMS bearing is the name of the game today. Let's get to it, get all these bits off and see what we're dealing with. Well, there you go, there's something you didn't know. So if you have a later Porsche Boxster 986, the rear spoiler is different compared to the early ones. So if you've got a later one, you're vitally important job. Spoiler alert, it's just clipped. If you look up there, sticker is. It's got the actual date of when it was manufactured. It's just nice because you can tell that a car's original because it's got the stickers and all of these bits on it, you know. So this is one of the reasons why we're replacing the rear main seal and the IMS bearing to prevent leaks like that. So there you go. These are the two exhausts. This is the one that's just come off the car, which as you can see is in a pretty sorry state. This is the one that we bought with the car for a couple of £100, and Dad's had it in his vapor blaster, has got all of the crap off of it over the last couple of years, and has repainted it and made it look nice. So basically the exhaust, Dad's going to remove the rest of it, but if you come over here you can see that these are the, should be able to undo these, and they've all rotted away, so that's going to be an angle grinder job by the looks of things. But we've got to replace these gaskets, so when we're doing the exhaust we've got everything to replace it, which includes new brackets, new gaskets all round, basically to make sure that it's not blowing and that you've got a correct seal on it and that it works as it should do. And as we're taking half the back of the car off anyway, it makes sense for us to do it. But yeah, it's not going to be the easiest task because it's 19 years old. What was the first car you ever restored?
Stag.
I love that Stag.
Stag, what's stag mean?
It's a Triumph Stag. It's a convertible from the 70s. The old man had one. It was blue, manual, 1972, I want to say, something like that. And yeah, it was a car from my childhood that I've just always remember. It was always in the garage, and then Dad sold it when I was about 10 or 11, something like that. I remember being gutted. I think that I've got the bloke's phone number somewhere if I ever wanted to buy it. He's probably moved it on now. But yeah, love that thing. Just one of those cars that it's like synonymous with your childhood, you know, and brings back all those memories. So whenever I see a Stag, I've always got a bit of a soft spot for it because it's just a car that the old man used to have, you know. So gearbox is now out of the car, which is great. Next thing off is the clutch. What else after that, Dad?
Flywheel.
Clutch, flywheel.
bottom of the IMS bearing carrier there.
So this is, where's it say? The bottom of the IMS bearing carrier down.
Carrier, yeah, it's two of the bolts. It's a triangular thing. You'll see more when the flywheel's off.
So this is the big moment to look at the IMS bearing now. After the clutch has come off, it's now flywheel time. That's the IMS bearing. So what does the IMS bearing do?
Obviously it's a Boxster engine, so you've got cylinders horizontally. So you've got the crankshaft there, and there's a jack shaft there with the timing chains around it. It drives the cams, which are up there. You can see the rear main, that's the rear main seal.
So we're replacing this seal,
replacing
obviously.
that seal, that's the one that's leaking.
All right, so what's the next port of call from this point? What have we got to do now?
We're going to clean everything off first, get the oil out of the way.
Lovely. All right, good. Right, let's get on with that then, shall we? And get this new IMS bearing back in the car.
So that's your new bearing. So that actually goes into the intermediate shaft, and the cover goes in, which actually does the supporting, just slides on, holds the intermediate shaft in place. Flywheel back on, we'll put your new clutch on, new gearbox in, and hold it all back together.
Okay, so air conditioning repair is now done, so new radiators and a dryer means that barring the gas, we should now have aircon back in our Boxster, which is great news. Final home stretch though, had some discs on the car because they are absolutely shot to pieces. So we're going to be replacing them front and rear with some Brembo pads and discs, which will be lovely. So yeah, lots of things for us to do. Still here in the workshop, let's get cracking, shall we? And get on with the pads and discs first of all. So this is the old disc, which is knackered. You can see there's a lip on it and it's all rusty and horrible. And this is the new disc, which is lovely and shiny.
All right, so here we are then, in the Boxster for the first time. We got reverse gear, managed to get it out of the workshop, so that shows that at least we've got one gear. Now let's try first, and then crucially, second. Feels okay so far. Right, moment of truth. Second gear! Second bloody gear! No crunching, no grinding. Oh, what a joy! I always knew second was underrated as a gear. Honestly, you're always worried when you put something like a gearbox in a car because you just don't know. It's, you can't check it unless you strip the whole thing apart before you do it, which is not what we did. So I'm so glad that that's working fine. I have to say the pedal position on this is lovely as well. It's so easy to heel toe it. I think what we need to do though is find somewhere where this Boxster engine can stretch its legs a little and we can hear the proper tone of the 3.2 flat 6.
Thoroughly enjoyed us being able to put this Porsche back to the way it should be. Obviously we've still got a few little bits to finish off, which we're just going to do in the workshop over the next couple of weeks. Some tyres, some wheels that have got to be sent off for refurbing, the indicator cluster that's got to be changed because of them self-cancel at the moment. Just a few little bits and bobs, and the badge on the back actually, to get this thing ready for sale. But it has been an absolute joy getting this car back to where it should be, getting it driving in all gears again. And I can't wait to pit it against my Honda S2000. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this little Project Porsche series. I hope that you're looking forward to seeing us put this head-to-head with the S2000 as well. And yeah, if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We'll see you again next time on the channel very, very soon for car and bike related content. Take care. See you then.